Hello everybody, it's me, Rondo's back at again. So today I have a very special unboxing. You probably could tell by the thumbnail, but yeah, I have a Southward Thomas in this box. I'll get into the quick backstory after I get this out, but yeah, Southward. I'm sure you've heard of the Southward toys, or I'm hoping you might have. I don't know. I don't know. So to give a bit of context, the seller I bought this from actually had a full Southward set, but however, I asked mostly if they could sell the Thomas engine on their own, and after a quick bit of talking, uh, he actually had a spare Thomas to sell. So yeah, um, that's all I have to say. So bye.
So that's fantastic. Let me just put all of this into the box. Alright, at the very least I'll try to get it
As clean as I can get it. You know what? That's good enough. So here it is. Let's get it out. So I should note that this is the version with fringe on the hair. There he is. So a couple things to note. The seller did say that the Thomas did not have traction tires, which is fine. I can just pull them off another, which is fine because I can just pull him off another train that I don't really care about. But here he is. So yeah, this is the version with the fringe, made by Yu Sheng Toys. So yeah. So it's funny. I'm sure if you remember, because a while ago I had this big thrift store haul, and in that haul were these Southward cars. So now I have an engine to pull them. So that's pretty cool. I have some notes here. So yeah. So as you can see, this is made by Yusheng, as evident on the side. So the two companies that made the Southward toys were Yusheng and Fenfa. And Fenfa started first, I believe, and then Yusheng took over later on. Thomas actually has two color variations. Uh, Obviously the standard blue, and then there's the yellow version. I believe the blue one has multiple variations. Obviously with the number one, and obviously this version. Uh, so some face variations. The first one is the earliest version of the Southward Thomas, aka the one with no face. And then later on down the line, they gained a face, but it had small eyebrows and big pupils. Later, this was changed to have bigger pupils and smaller pupils and bigger eyebrows. So yeah. There's also a version with no eyebrows. Then that version I could probably put up on screen real quick. Yeah. And then there's the face with makeup, and then obviously this one with the fringe. Later on, some later versions actually have Bill's face with the fringe. So yeah. Okay, so now comes the part of the video where you're expecting the sound chip to play. But unfortunately, I have to inform you that this version of Thomas does not have a sound chip in it, because the seller said that he does not have a sound chip. But to give you an idea, there are three versions of the sound chip that you could probably find in these. So version one is obviously the generic train sounds, like these. So that's one of them. The other version that you can find in these is the engine roll call version. Obviously, it plays the engine roll call on loop, obviously. And then there's a stranger one, which is something to do with a Chinese show called Boonie Bears. I don't know what that show's about. But yeah, so that's this version of the what you can find typically in these. I am gonna take the batteries out of this knockoff Thomas I have. I call so this version of Thomas I actually called do or whatever du the Go Train engine, whatever you want to call him. So yeah, let's put batteries in him, and let's see. Oh, that's actually really cool. So yeah, this is kind of it really. I don't really have like a big want to think a big video on this. One thing I do want to say though is that I've always wanted to get a Southward Thomas, because for the longest time, like I thought, oh, I may never get one, until recently, because I made a custom of the Southward Thomas. Obviously, his buffers are red. He doesn't have the fancy lights. He's made from a Trackmaster 2 Thomas, and he doesn't. I mean, I did make a face for him, but I don't know where it is. So, whoopsie daisy. But yeah, so to make a quick comparison, here's the Thomas that I had for a long. This is the Thomas I had for a long time. Obviously, he's very different. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is an HMC Thomas. I believe so. I do not know. But yeah. So obvious differences. Number one, the coal load in the bunker is silver on this. It's more of a dark gray on this one. Obviously, the cab is closed off on this one. Obviously, being replaced with the decal. Whereas this one is completely see-through, so you can probably like look in there and see the batteries. The chassis block is red instead of black on this one, and to top it off, that this one is an 060, while this Thomas is an 040. So yeah, I don't think there's much on the top of these engines that's different. I mean, I did repaint the stripes, but that's really not. And obviously the faces are a huge factor because they are very different. I think this one's, I'm not sure like what was the thought process behind this way, but I really like it. It's kind of funny, to be honest. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.